What's up guys, Sean Nalawani here, SeanNal.com, BodyTransformationTruth.com, and in this video here I wanted to answer the question of how to get rid of loose skin after losing weight. This is an issue that a lot of people ask me about. They were overweight, they put in the hard work to lean down, but now they're frustrated because of that loose skin that's still hanging around afterwards. So how do you tighten up loose skin? First off, it's important to understand that this is an issue that will vary hugely from person to person because it does depend on so many different factors. For example, the older you are, the more likely you'll be to have issues with loose skin, since your skin does lose elasticity with age. How overweight you were to begin with obviously plays a role as well. How fast you gained that weight is also another factor. So if it happened very suddenly, then you'd probably be more likely to run into issues with loose skin in comparison to someone who gained it more gradually over a lifetime. And also how fast you lost the weight can come into play as well, because the faster you lose the fat, the less time your skin is going to have to adapt. Sun exposure can also play a role, diet, and then aside from that are just basic genetics, because some people will just naturally have more elastic skin than others. Now, aside from all of that, the key point that I want to make in this video is that in a very high percentage of cases, the issue isn't actually loose skin, but instead it's just an issue of excess subcutaneous fat that's still clinging to the inside of the skin. Skin itself is actually extremely thin, and so if you're able to grab onto it and it's much thicker than a few millimeters, your focus shouldn't be on eliminating loose skin at all, but instead it should just be on continuing to lose body fat and leaning down further. Loose skin obviously is a legitimate issue for some people, but unless you've truly gotten down to around 10 or 11% body fat as a male and maybe around 18 or 19% as a female, you really shouldn't be thinking about loose skin at all until you do. And I say truly gotten down to those body fat percentages because most people really underestimate how high their body fat percentage actually is. I get questions from people all the time who send me their progress photos and then say that they're 10% body fat when I can clearly see that they're at least 15% or higher. So make sure you're being honest with yourself. And if this is a serious issue for you and you really want to be sure, then you can go ahead and get your body fat tested just to get a reasonably close estimate as to what percentage you're actually at. Now, aside from losing body fat, the other very simple thing you can do is just build more muscle. So if you've been focusing primarily on fat loss and you've gotten down to that fairly lean body fat percentage, and you still do notice a bit of sagging or sort of looseness in your skin, then shifting into a muscle building phase and adding more lean mass is going to help to fill your physique out a bit more, and that of course is going to cause your skin to automatically tighten up along with it as well. So in a very high percentage of cases, simply leaning down further in combination with gaining muscle and then giving your skin time to adapt, that's going to take care of a good portion, if not all, of your loose skin issue. You can also take basic steps to maximize your skin health and elasticity by eating a micronutrient-rich diet with plenty of fruits and vegetables, consuming adequate protein each day, so around 0.8 to 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. You want to stay properly hydrated throughout the day, getting in sufficient intake of essential fatty acids, and avoiding unhealthy habits like smoking or excessive sun exposure. Now, if you are a more extreme case where you were significantly overweight and you lost a large amount of fat, you've truly leaned down to 10 or 11% as a male, 18 or 19% as a female, you've put in the effort to add some quality muscle mass, you've given your skin time to adapt, and you still have a significant amount of loose skin that you're not happy with, in those cases, you're going to have to speak to your doctor because there's probably nothing that's going to get rid of it aside from surgery. Things like loose skin creams, supplements, body wraps, all this stuff is highly unlikely to do anything for you, and it's almost certainly just going to be a waste of money. And surgery probably would be your last resort option if it is something that you're really serious about. I wish I could provide some sort of other solution, but in cases where there is significant loose skin remaining, even though you are lean and have gained muscle, I don't know of anything other than surgical intervention that would actually get rid of it. But keep in mind that it can be fairly expensive and it's not a small surgery, so make sure you've done everything you can to get into your best shape possible in terms of optimizing your body composition, and make sure that this is something that you're truly serious about before considering surgery as an option. And the last thing I'd close this video out with is to say that Don't allow the idea of loose skin to deter you from losing body fat and getting into better shape if you're overweight right now. Loose skin doesn't affect everyone. The skin is adaptable and can often tighten up on its own as you improve your body composition. And in any case, you'll likely be much happier at a healthy body weight, but with a bit of loose skin, as opposed to being overweight. Not just for what it will do for your appearance, but also for your overall health. So guys, if you found this advice helpful and you want to get a step-by-step plan that will help you lose fat, gain muscle, and optimize your body composition as effectively as possible, the workouts, the meal plans, the supplement guides, along with one-on-one coaching, then you can download my Body Transformation Blueprint by clicking here or by heading over to bodytransformationtruth.com using the link in the description box. If you enjoyed the video, as always, make sure to hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe to stay up to date on future videos. You can also check out my official blog over at SeanNal.com for all of my latest updates, and you can follow me on social media here if you aren't already. The links for that are in the description box. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll talk to you again soon.